amounts to a spectacle, a tremendous light show hyping up this crowd as they get set for this matchup here tonight. Welcome to the home of the Big Orange Nation. Massive Neyland Stadium, home field of the Tennessee Volunteers. As we'll see the number 9 team of the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 22nd ranked team, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here with Kirk Rumstrick. Let's get this thing underway. And he takes this from inside 5. The Volunteers offense comes on the field first today. The last year's game was one Volunteer fans are never going to forget. The first one in the post-Saban era. And they get off to a very slow start. Didn't have a point at halftime, but then stormed back.
Yeah, you got to give Josh Heupel a lot of credit for being able to get that team ready to play in the second half. I remember it. Dylan Sampson had a monster game at the end of that football game, able to put a couple of touchdowns on the board. And I think the story of the game, and we'll see how it plays out today, was the Tennessee defense. They really took away Alabama's ability to run the football and put it all on Jalen Milroe, and the result was a victory for the Vols.
That completion makes it second and medium. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. They'll tackle him out across the 20.
Well, I feel like they call that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situations, much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Early adversity here. They face a third down in the opening possession. And the quarterback keeps it here. Fighting off the defender. Brought down, but not before shaking off the first defender and picking up the first down.
Defense is spread all over the field. Do a pretty good job here keeping him out of the end zone, but he gets enough for the first down.
The Vols lining up here on 1st and 10. They're going to run it. Stopped right there at the line. No gain. This traditional SEC clash goes back to 1901, almost always on the third Saturday in October. And Vols fans glad, Kirk, that the post-Nick Saban era has begun in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. Coach Saban, I think he lost one time. I think he was 16-1 against Tennessee as the head coach there. And going back to the 90s and early 2000s, Tennessee used to dominate the series. So back and forth it goes, and we'll see who can win this one today. Third Saturday in October, always a fun Saturday.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. The pocket breaking down. Swarm with a pass rush. A sack.
Well, this is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
The Vols will have to punt this one away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
And the returner decides to signal fair catch. So Alabama's offense gets their first crack now. It's a group that's really led by the big fellas up front. Offensive line that can maul you. They really are the personality of this team. Can they impose that today again, Kirk?
Well, some people will go out and recruit quarterbacks and receivers, try to win the game out on the perimeter. These guys love to be able to develop offensive linemen, and it's paid off. They can run the football, they get behind those big boys up front, and they dominate people. Cannot wait to see, can this defense load up physically and hold up against this offensive line?
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I love this. Good job by this corner to come up, get physical, and bring the quarterback down on that option. Never gave him a chance to make his read and toss the ball out.
Third down play, looking for a fresh set of downs. To throw, it's Simpson. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Finding space at the 20. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
First and goal, handoff. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back. And this big crowd doing everything possible to inspire this defense down here near the goal line. Defense is coming after him. They trap him and sack him back at the 10.
Well, you got to do a better job with your fake as the quarterback. The defense did not bite at all in the play action, allowing them to continue to come after the quarterback and come up with that sack.
Great job by the defense so far. It's third and goal from a long way out. Out of the gun now on third down. Launching one to the end zone. Oh, it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Just an incredible play here by the defender on third and goal to tip that ball away at the last second. Now, what will the offense do on fourth down?
Coach is going to take the 3 points. Here comes the field goal unit. He got it. The field goal's good. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And they'll start the drive here from the 23-yard line. Grab behind the line. It's Matthews. Defense will make the stop, and what will probably be the final play of this opening quarter. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. Here we go, first play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. They'll hand it off. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
Offense facing a third and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order on this play. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. A deep shot to the right. It's caught inside the 30, still on his feet. Touchdown, Dogs. He wins the foot race to the end zone.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches the football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And now they'll set up for the point after.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
PAT makes the score 7-3. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. They'll return it from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. He hands it off from the gun. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Going absolutely nowhere, be a loss of a play.
Man, every defensive coordinator will tell you, I just want my guys to play fast. And how about that one right there? He almost ends up tackling the quarterback as he's handing the ball off. This offense is lucky they didn't end up fumbling.
Back to pass. It's Simpson. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
And here comes the punter onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. This is a low liner. This won't go a long way. And the returner is brought down. And the Volunteers' powerful offense back out in the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Well, another great play by an Alabama defensive lineman. And you just think about over the years, probably the last 30 years, going all the way back to John Copeland on that 1992 Alabama defense. Most recently, guys like Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Quentin Williams. You can always count on Bama having great defensive linemen and difference makers.
And sack sets up 2nd down. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Caught near the sideline, but just a short gain. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
I love the call here by the offensive coordinator, getting this wide receiver involved early in the game. Obviously a long way to go, but you want this receiver to make a big impact today and get his confidence established early.
They move the ball into good position, but now it's 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. There's a screen pass to the running back. Play never had a chance. Defense grabs him for a loss.
You know, he had nobody open downfield because of great coverage there by this defense. But what I love to see is how they run to the ball. He checks it down, and this guy's got nowhere to go. It's a big loss.
The Volunteers will bring their punt team onto the field. That's a rough series for the offense, and now he's on to punt it away. And the kick bounces and goes out of bounds down near the goal line. Outstanding work by the punter. So the offense begins this drive backed up at the 4-yard line. Quarterback keeps the football. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Yeah, the quarterback, to me, looked like his timing and rhythm just off a bit there on this option. Picked up some positive yards, but not able to get out in the open space and get a first down.
It's the 2-minute timeout of what's been a really competitive game so far. Chance for the offense to take the lead before the break. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. He'll step out of bounds. Defense keeps that to a very short gain.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. And he will be stuffed for no gain. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
They'll punt it from inside their own 10. They couldn't flip the field. They'll down it just outside their own 40. So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And the Sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Looking to pass. It's Aguilar. He finds the running back in the flat. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
And they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. The pass rush closing in. It's reeled in. It's Brazil. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
The Volunteers getting set on 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Has it back to the end zone. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Chris, he broke free from the line of scrimmage. I thought he might have a 10 or 15-yard gain, but he shows you the speed that he has to take it all the way to the house.
Kicking team out for the PAT try. The PAT is good, so it's a 14-3 lead. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. Return begins inside the 10. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Quick throw by the quarterback off the RPO. And it'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Boy, they're just fundamentally sound, right where you want to be after the completion. Nowhere to go after that catch.
Grab behind the line. It's Miller. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the mark.
Hey, it's a game, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. Scanning the field, it's Simpson. And the pass ball is incomplete in the final play of this first half. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed, he simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Volunteers will kick this away to begin the second half. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. First play of the second half to keep it on the ground. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. QB decides to keep it here. Breaks an open space. Here he goes. He'll head out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
Boy, it's fun to watch this guy run the quarterback option. This time he keeps it, big positive yards, and a first down. The defense has got to figure out a way to slow this guy down.
First down and 10 now. Dropping back, it's Simpson. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play, brings up second down.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Pulls it in. It's Horton. And they do pick up first down yardage. Set up now at the 44.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
With the catch, it's Williams. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
And it's a bunch formation. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Caught behind the line. It's Horton. Looks like Alabama will have the first down. Still looking for that elusive touchdown, but finally this offense is moving. First down and 10. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
That completion sets up a second down play. Now they call a run. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. And in first down, right back to the running game. And they'll stop him short of the line to gain. Getting set. It's second down. set up to throw. Pressure is coming. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
That takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
So here comes 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Oh, escapes the tackle. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Boy, he comes up just short of his first down, but a nice job of picking up some yards on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't quite enough to pick up the first down, but it gives him a chance.
Coach electing to go for a field goal attempt. He was on target the first time. Can he keep it going from 33 yards out? And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick.
The snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
Kirk, it's Tennessee on top as we take a break for the quarter. We've reached the end of 3. Time is running out to cut into the lead. Let's take a look at the game stats before we move on. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. The shotgun running play call. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, here we go, Chris. One of the biggest plays of the game. 3rd down and long with the lead late in the game. Clock is running. I think this is the time you call one of your favorite plays on this 3rd down. At the same time, be very mindful. You cannot turn the football over.
And now the handoff. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Chris, overall, it's been a tough day for this offense, but especially for this running back. Just not able to find any kind of traction at all. And it's made this offense somewhat one-dimensional, and a large reason they're trailing in the 4th quarter.
And the Vols will send the punt team onto the field. And their fair catch is made, a smart decision in rainy conditions like this. So here comes the first play of this drive. They're set up at their own 48. Back to throw. It's Simpson. The short completion of the tight end. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, 4th quarter down by a couple of scores. This offense doing everything they can to not just score points, but do it in a hurry, try to preserve the clock. Here, they're tackled in bounds. They don't pick up a 1st down. Good job by this defense to keep that clock moving.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
And this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away, making it a lot easier to zero in on that quarterback in the pass game.
Crucial 3rd down play coming up. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Can't hold on. Good defensive play, brings up a 4th down. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. This one will be fair caught. Here's the first play of the drive. They start at the 28. Looking to throw it on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Thomas. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
A second down after that completion. A play action, looking to throw. Grab behind the line, it's Matthews. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. The Vols bring their punt team onto the field.
In punt formation to kick it away.
See if he can make a play on this return. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. So here's the first play of the drive. They're set up at the 43. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. They'll try a pass here. Goes to the sideline, steps out after a short gain.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
Here's the second down play. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. Tackle, but first down. Tight game. Final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. First down. Looking to throw the football. Grab behind the line. It's Horton. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Man, give the defense a lot of credit. You're taking away the elite receiver. That primary target forces the quarterback to find a second or third option. He gets positive yards. But anytime you can take away the big play late in the game, it's going to help you be able to secure victory.
Back to throw again. Catch made on the out route. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
The key here, Chris, is the timing by the quarterback. The fact he got the ball out quickly gave his receiver a chance. One more hitch or a slight hesitation, and that's an incompletion or an interception.
Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Physical defending, that one falls incomplete, brings up second down.
This is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Looking to pass, it's Simpson. Short connection to the tight end here. Defense surrounds him, just a short gain on that completion.
Well, we just continue to see this defense make great plays, especially with their tackling. And the awareness to understand we're in the 4th quarter, you're trying to keep this offense in bounds so they keep that clock moving.
Tight game, final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. Just gives up on the play, throws it away, and now he's 4th down.
Well, that was close to a disaster if that is a sack here late in this game. Quarterback does a good job of just throwing that ball away to keep them alive and give them a chance here on 4th down. Remember now, they need a touchdown. They've got to be able to convert here. Not thinking about a field goal. They're thinking about 6 points.
Looking for the wideout. He's got it, a 4th down conversion. Drive stays alive.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On 4th down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
First and goal, down 8. They've got to score and add a 2-point conversion to tie it. He's got it right near the end zone. The offense will spend a timeout here. 25 seconds on the clock.
Boy, tight windows is always down here. They have trust in throwing it. You just have to be smart.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Can't get it away. The defense has got him with a huge stop at this stage of the game.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
On third and goal, he's going to try to throw for it. Running out of time in the pocket. Touchdown, tied. The quarterback takes it in himself.
Chris, unbelievable. The touchdown as time expires, but before they can really celebrate, they've got to make this 2-point conversion or the dramatic score is all for naught.
And no, he stopped short. The defense rises up to win this football game. Well, the experts will say, Kirk, this was an upset, but it felt like a really even matchup. Two quality teams battling right down to the end. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, what a game. This is really what you love about college football. Good against good. Find out who ends up having the upper hand at the end of the day. This is a great victory for this ball club. Let's see what they do after this win.
And that's going to wrap it up.